All right. So now that you already know a little bit about the company, or as much as the video showed you, you know something about the company and you know your recruiters, you probably have spotted your favorite recruiter, or you know you've liked one of them, probably because one is more funnier, one looks more approachable, she's pretty, he looks good, and so you already know them. So now it's their turn to get to know you, and they're eagerly waiting to get to know you. So they might put you in groups just to get to know you, or just the way you are seated in that hall, they might ask you to introduce. So they might ask you to introduce yourself two ways. Number one, introduce yourself, or they might give you a couple of minutes to get to know the person sitting next to you so that you can introduce your neighbor and your neighbor can introduce you. Some of the basic questions that they ask you during this introduction part will be: introduce yourself, and you must say your name, where you're from, and your age. Those are the three basic questions that they must ask during the introduction process. And sometimes they might add one more question, just, to get to know more about you. Remember, in this segment, they're not looking at how correct you answer your question. They're not looking at if the answers that they ask you or the age is correct. No, they're looking for some different things. All right, and I will tell you what they're looking for in this segment. So if they ask you to introduce yourself, for the three questions, you will stand up and say your name, your age, and where you're from. And you'll say, hi everybody, my name is Bella, I am Kenyan, I am 100 years old. Okay, and then if they ask a bonus question, that's when now you answer the bonus question. If they ask you to introduce your partner, you'll say, hi everybody, my name is Bella, I am going to introduce to you Ali Mohammed. He is from Pakistan, he is 24 years old. All right, and then you proceed to answer the bonus questions. So let's talk about the bonus questions that might be added amongst the three questions that I just gave you. So the bonus questions they might ask you to, because they want to get to know you. What are some of the things that you do on your free time? Okay. What are the things that you do during your free time? That can be one of the questions. And you can say what you enjoy doing: cooking, going for walks. You can say things like, I just adapted a new hobby where I am crocheting. So I'm making scarves, I'm making hats, I'm making table mats from crocheting. You might say, I just love watching Netflix. So they're not looking for any correct answer in particular. They want to see, number one, these are the things that they're looking for: your communication skills. That's number one. Number two, they're looking for your, what do you call it? Your stress management. Because it's stressful. You will be standing to introduce someone or introduce yourself in front of like strangers, people you haven't seen before. You will be talking in front of recruiters, and this is a job that you've been praying to get for a long time. And so sometimes your nerves cannot keep up with you, and so they want to see, like, because you'll be meeting passengers. If you get this job, you'll be meeting passengers on board or on the ground at the airport, strangers. So they want to see if you can handle the stress, right? Being in front of people. The other thing is quick thinking. Can you think quickly? If right now they ask you something, are you a quick thinker? Because you need that. At the airport, we're dealing with passengers on board. Something came up, the passenger is sick. You have to think quick how you can solve that problem and stuff like that. The other thing is the body posture. On my YouTube, I've spoken about how to dress, how to stand, how to present yourself when you're going for an interview. So while you're introducing your neighbor or you're introducing yourself, they want to see how you carry yourself. So you have to be very composed. Don't fake, but sometimes fake it till you make it. So smile as you talk. Stand up and say, hi everybody, my name is Bella. I will be introducing you to Ali Mohammed. He is from Pakistan. He is 24 years of age, and on his free time, he enjoys drawing, painting, and coloring, and he says he enjoys that. So period, and you're done. So don't say too much, but don't say too little. But look confident and look like you're you're approachable. Smile as you say these things, all right? Because it's fun to get to know someone else, right? Another question will be, probably they might ask you to um, imagine, like, look at the aircraft body. What part of the aircraft body would you be and why? All right. So imagine, like, visualize yourself and see an aircraft in your brain quickly, and then think of, like, what body parts are in an aircraft that are going to help me answer this question, that's going to boost my interview and I'm going to stand out. So you might say things like, I would like to be the wings of the plane, because you feel like they balance and they work as a team. And as a customer service agent, um, teamwork is very important to bring, in this kind of job. You want to work well with people, and so you feel like the wings work well together to navigate the plane. They balance the plane and stuff like that. So you would like to be the wings. Or you probably might say, I would like to be the engine of the plane. All right, because it's the starter. It moves the plane from one point to the other. All right, so it's a very important body part of the aircraft that you would like to be, because you're an initiator. You love to learn. You love, growing as well in your career, learning more and growing. So you feel like the engine moves from one place to the other. Okay, you would like for instance, when I attended my flight attendant interview here in America, they asked that question, and they do ask it sometimes. And I say that I would love to be the cat, the cat of the plane. It brings food and drinks, and I would love to satisfy my customers' needs. I would love to brighten their mood. Every time you sit in a plane and someone brings you a drink, it quenches their thirst. That's satisfying everybody's needs. You're tired and you're hungry. If I eat, it brightens my mood. I feel happy. I feel, like I have the energy to sit in that plane for 16 more hours to go to Australia or New Zealand. And so, think of anything. At this point, they're not looking for any right or wrong answers. And if you don't know the terminologies of those, just say, I would like to be where they put the luggage, because they know sometimes they recruit people who have never worked in an airline before, some people who've never been on an aircraft before. If they come to your country and you've never been in a plane before, they know these things. And so if you really don't know the terminologies of, like, the words, just imagine, like, in an aircraft, what's important there. You would like to be the cockpit. The cockpit is where the pilots are. Of course there's a cockpit. If there's that flight has to be flown, because it has every key and it's important. You want to be part of a team where you play your part, and stuff like use an example and twist it to one of the customer skills that that they need as a customer service, as a flight attendant, or as a ground staff. And customer service is one of the skills that they look for, for these airline interviews. So twist it. No, just, there's no wrong answer. Just twist whatever body part that you're gonna mention and let it merge into a customer service skills. Okay, the overhead lockers, that's where you put your luggage. You probably might not know the terminology to say overhead locker, but just say where they put the luggage up there. They had the little passes up there. You feel like that's important for you, because you hold on. You can carry a team together. You can ease in someone's stress, because you don't want anyone to travel with their heavy luggage carrying on their laps like this. You want to lighten their weight and put it up there. So you work well as a team, and you lightens people. You solve people's problem. That's the key word. Okay, so find a way to answer it. My best tip for this segment is practice. The more interviews you attend, they're going to help you. Or if you can look for a friend or a family member before your interviews, weeks before your interviews, or right now before you even apply, start practicing how to answer these questions. I've shared some of the questions on my YouTube channel, what they ask. Say them out loud. Ask yourself, or imagine yourself being asked that kind of question, and then say it out loud so that you may put your words together, so that you can be brief and straight to the point.